Hello everybody, how are we doing today? Make sure the audio works. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Can you guys hear me? Good, alright, fantastic. In that case, hey, how you doing? My name is Ryan. How you guys doing today? We had a fun live stream ahead of us. I have a couple things to actually test out first and foremost. Let me see if this works actually. It did not work. Oh, you know why? That's why. I'm testing out a live chat feature that I have never done before. So let's see if it works. And that. Let's try it out. Yes! Dude, that's so cool! We have live chat overlay now. That's awesome. Disney Mini Cardi asks, what sets are we fixing? Well, let's get that started right now. First and foremost, we are fixing Lol, you guys can hear me when I switch the mic. Sorry about that. So I'm actually going to be adding some new features to my custom office set from the official office set. So I actually have a couple of them to plan out. I have a bunch of desks, some custom pieces, some new figures to showcase actually for you guys. So that's going to be a fun one. It's funny. Minifig Man says the office set is so bad. I think it was okay. I think mine's probably a little bit better, but also mine is not necessarily cost prohibitive. You know, I made this for quite a bit of money, and the office set officially was only 120 bucks, so I can see why it's much more condensed. DJ C Studio says, how do you make your costume minifigs? The customs or the costumes? Actually, there are two different things. The customs I usually make, I design them first in Photoshop using parts from Bricklink and Firestar Toys, and then I order the parts. So actually, let me showcase a couple of some new customs that I have in here. Can I still hear me? Yes, there we go. Cool. All right, so a couple of new custom figures actually back in the annex right now. We have, for the first time ever in figure form, if I can get her down, Nellie Bertram from the later seasons of The Office. Debatable how good they are. Over here we have Plop, Dwight Jr. and Clark, actually. If we can get a nice angle of this guy. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool, actually. So they're both using a similar custom white torso from Firestar Toys with some faces that are, I think, from official figures and hair from official figures as well. Also, right behind them, actually, Todd Packer with his cupcake. These actually are figures that were made by Firestar Toys. Rather, they have designed versions of them, and then I tweaked their designs to make my own versions of them because I thought I could do a little bit better. And I think I made some pretty darn good figures with some good accessories as well. If you notice, actually back here in the break room, this was a piece I had printed from minifigs.me. It's the exact same pattern that's used in the office break room, and I actually had it printed onto some custom tiles. Got some good questions in the chat. Let me get to them first. What do you think of all the Marvel 2023 rumored / leaked sets? We don't know much about them. The only things that I've read are the new Quinjet / new Quinjet and another Hulkbuster from Infinity War. I'd be curious to see what they do to improve upon those two sets because we already have a bunch of Quinjets. We already have a bunch of Hulkbusters. So I'm curious what they're going to do different and new about them. Or also, I guess the other mech suits, the Morbius mech suit, that's going to be a fun one to see what happens there. So that will be interesting. Will you do custom minifigures on the channel? I could. I could do a series of shorts about custom minifigures. That might be a fun idea. What are your thoughts on the $550 Hulkbuster set? Is it good or bad? I'm not going to buy it. I'll probably just get the exclusive figure, but it is the second large-scale Hulkbuster set with a Tony Stark minifigure. I don't think it's really worth $550. I think it looks fine. I don't like the empty midsection torso. Probably not worth $550. Probably one of the greater missteps from Marvel in recent years, but we'll see about that. Do you put arm printing on most of your figs? No, there's only so much figures that have arm printing in terms of like what Lego has made. And a lot of these figures, especially in the office, they're mostly just wearing button-down shirts and jackets, which will maybe have a lapel print at most, but you can get away with not having arm printing and save yourself a lot of money, which is what Lego does for a lot of their figures too, so what are you going to do about that? What do you think of the new Eiffel Tower? I mean, I was actually debating doing a short about like a construction crew having to break out the ceiling in the basement just to fit the Eiffel Tower set. It's big. It is one of those sets you need to dedicate an entire room to, basically, or at least an entire corner of a room. Heck, in the promotional images, there's a guy that just put it on the floor and is walking away from it, which is kind of what a lot of people probably have to do to display it. Unless you have one of those giant, like, Lego warehouses where you have every set in different cases. Huge, awesome, but I have no room for it. I think very few people will have room for it either. Could you get the Muppet minifigures? I love the Muppets, actually, and I would love to get my hands on that series of sets. I don't know how I display them because I kind of stopped using minifigure boards for every different sub-series of figures. I tend to leave them with their set, and the Muppets have no set with them. So I love them. I probably will get them, but I have to find a way to display them that makes sense. Will you ever make a stop-motion series? If I have time. The stop-motion is very time-consuming, but, you know, high time investment, high reward. If I am to do stop-motion, it'll probably be with the Office set because there's just so much opportunity here for good recreations of various clips and episodes, and there'd be a lot of short mini segments. It wouldn't be big or bombastic. What's your most expensive / rarest minifigure you have? What a serendipitous question, because two recent purchases of mine, actually I guess they're auction wins, are these figures right here. These are the New York Toy Fair 2012 Iron Man and Captain America figures. They are, I think, 1 in 125. There's not a lot of them that exist, and I'm very fortunate to have my hands on them. I'm really proud of these figures. They are kind of like now the cornerstone of my Marvel collection. But, you know, they're just two figures, and I have a bunch of other Marvel figures, but I'm really glad I finally have these guys. I'm very happy about that. And I think now they are the rarest figures I own now. Can you show off your knockoff Hall of Fame? Happy to. More than happy to. That's over here, actually, behind my laptop. Over by the Ship in a Bottle, we have Lizard, we have the Scarlet Witch, we have Zeus, Professor X. There's a lot of good figures back there, and I'm really glad I'm slowly expanding the knockoff Hall of Fame. And I hope that some of the figures that I get in the next batch of knockoffs will be just as good. In fact, DJC Studios asked, when is your next knockoff minifigure video? I'm working on it, actually. I'm waiting for a couple more figures to arrive in the mail. It's going to be a really fun one. I teased it in the... Actually, I think I actually already announced it. I'm doing knockoff Comic-Con figures and knockoff like expensive figures because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of figures that go for thousands of dollars. And I'd be curious how a $1 knockoff fares against those. So that'll be a really fun video. Waiting for a couple more pieces in the mail to have all the ones I want to review. I saw a good question back here, actually. Would you rather a modular Avengers tower with detailed figures of the OG Avengers or a modular X-Mansion with many X-Men figures but 90 of the figures don't have leg printing? That would depend on the style of set because the Avengers tower is much more modern and wouldn't fit with the rest of the modular series, whereas the Sanctum Sanctorum was kind of old school building style, like, you know, 1930s brownstone, and fits in the city. It's actually in the city right now behind me. Not sure if you guys can see it. Yep. There we go. It's in that back corner. So it fits right into the modulars. So I'm going to go with the X-Mansion on that one. I don't mind if they don't have leg printing. If there's a bunch of new exclusive figures, I don't mind, as long as it makes sense for the character. Oh, do you have a mount for Thor's hammer? How'd you mount it? I have a piece of wire that I just made a loop, and I stuck the hammer through the loop. Do you like LEGO Ninjago? If so, who's your favorite ninja? I really only use Ninjago for parts because there's some really good printed pieces. Speaking of arm printing, there's some great Ninjago arm prints that I'm going to use for some Iron Man figures coming soon. Is it Iron Man or Doctor Strange? One of the two figures, I think, in my Fixing Marvel series. I'm probably going to use Ninjago pieces because they're really good for prints. Alright, let's go back to fixing this office set because I have a bunch of desks I need to put down. I was really happy with how LEGO designed the desk for the office set. As much as I love mine, I think these are better from having drawers. So I'm going to replace them, all of them. I'm going to replace all the computer pieces. And I thought I went ahead and I got a bunch of these extra 2x2 orange tile pieces because the official office set comes with a Michael Scott golden ticket. It's in Michael's desk. I can't reach it right now. And since I bought a bunch of extra sticker sheets to do all the windows, all the doors, I figured I might as well have 5 golden tickets strewn about the office. I think that'd be a really funny detail to have all 5 of them, much like in the actual episode, in one location. So really happy about that one. What's your favorite Star Wars figure? That's a good question. I don't really collect Star Wars figures. I have a small board behind me. Probably, I really liked the 25th anniversary figures, mostly because I actually already had a couple of the old originals, and having them again and comparing them and seeing them done like really high quality prints was just a nice thing to see. If I had to pick my favorite one, I'm always a sucker for Pilot X-Wing Luke, his orange jumpsuit. That's just a little bit of old childhood nostalgia there. Good question though. Oh, here's a fun one. What's your favorite LEGO Ideas figure? That's from MPG Productions. Hi, how you doing, guys? My favorite Ideas figure? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't have it, but I really like the Van Gogh figure. I thought that was a really well done print. Out of the ones I have, probably Joey Tribbiani wearing all of Chandler's clothing. That's a really just fun idea for a figure, and I'm glad that LEGO decided to make that. Alright, all 5 golden tickets are done. Saw another great question up here. What's your favorite first LEGO Star Wars and Marvel set? My first Marvel set? Oof. 2012, it was the not Avengers series, but the comic series. It had MODOK, it had the Falcon with his red suit, it had Hulk. I forget what it was called. It was like an AIM breakout or something like that. But that was my first ever Marvel set. My first ever Star Wars set was, gosh, 2003, 4, 5. It was the Yoda's hut with the X-Wing. That was my first ever Star Wars set. First Harry Potter set was my first ever set in 2001. That was the original Hogwarts Castle. My cat is going nuts in the laundry room right now. If you could have picked one set for Spider-Man No Way Home, what would it have been? As much as I love the Statue of Liberty idea, it probably would have been too big to make. So maybe like a little bridge battle with Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Spider-Man. But like if I had to pick one, like, alright, you only have one to make, yeah, give me a giant Statue of Liberty set with all the villains and all the Spider-Man heroes. That's kind of an obvious one. Would there be a possibility for a potential idea set based on Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Community? More so now than there was about a year ago, now that the office set actually exists. But I wouldn't bank on it too much. Do you collect Harry Potter? Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore. Alright. While I do some more sticker stuff, I'm going to pull out the second set that I want to kind of fix on camera. This is a Black Panther set. This is the War on the Water. this giant ship back here. Oops. This guy. So, straight away, it's a pretty bulky, kind of plain looking set with some obvious big pieces on the side to save money on parts. But the main play mechanic of this is, let me pull up the iPhone camera, is to be able to capture Namor and put him in this jail. But there's no way to interact with him once he's in the jail. Once it's closed, you can't, none of these panels open up, nothing is accessible. It just kind of exists as a static set. What I would probably do to fix this is I'd probably make these panels here either pop out or pivot out so we actually can see things inside of the set. Maybe even have it be an armory, because right now this thing it's pretty hollow, but it's also inaccessible to anybody. You can't open anything up or put figures inside of it. It just exists as this giant mass. It's also probably a little bit too expensive as well. Easy Brick says, don't spoil the movie anymore, please. Do we count Lego set that is publicly available as a spoiler if it's on the box? I won't spoil why anything happens, but there's a character that fits inside of her. It's on the box too. I wouldn't call it a spoiler because it's in the Lego set, so it's kind of fair game, but I won't spoil reasonings for why everything happens in this set. I appreciate that comment though. Yeah, so I would probably just have these pieces be able to come out so you can put figures inside of it. You know, put your M'Baku figure, put your Okoye figure inside of the ship. So almost like an inside the ship armory, as well as be able to access this jail cell. Because right now this is just kind of a big bulky ship that really doesn't do anything at all except just exist. Even the tools are on the outside because they don't have any room on the inside. But this thing is hollow, so they do have room on the inside. So that's how I would fix this set. I think it's, for being the most expensive in the Black Panther line, the Wakanda Forever line, I think this was a set that ultimately I did kind of think was a waste. I think it's just kind of a big, bulky ship. It doesn't have any of the sleek design as like the Shuri Sunbird or the Dragonfly either. It's just kind of this big mass that has nothing to do than just sit there and be a big mass. So if I had to fix this, I'd make this a bit more accessible and a bit more play feature based by keeping it hollow and removing these side panels out or having them be removable. Oof. What do you think of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Advent Calendar? I bought it really only for the 3 new figures, for the Star-Lord figure, the Groot, and the the Drax and Nebula figure. I really didn't build the rest of it. Actually, no, I did build the Boombox and the Walkman. Yeah, I really didn't build the rest of it because it's nice, but I don't really, I was really only getting it for the figures, and that's fine. Everybody has their reasons for buying sets, and guess what? The set's full price regardless. If I were to buy the figures, I'd spend at least $25, $30. So I might as well get the extra pieces and enjoy the small builds. But yeah, I really only bought that for the figures. Good question. Why do you think LEGO hasn't remade Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure? Probably because it could be a rights issue. They might not have the rights, or they might have to repay for the rights to make that Sony figure again. If anything, the best bet was probably going to be for a No Way Home set. I don't think we're going to get him, though, if this past wave has been to believe. It's like, all right, they only made one No Way Home set. I don't think they're going to go back on it. That's probably why they didn't make it again. My guess is it's a rights issue. It's probably just a license issue. They don't have the rights to the license anymore. It lapsed, or they'd have to re-get it. Good question, though. Do you collect Ninjago? If so, could you do the best worst Ninjago form from 11/2022? I don't collect Ninjago, but I also don't collect Star Wars either, so I'd be more than happy to do a Ninjago video like that. That might be a fun one. What Marvel set would you like LEGO to make/remake? That's a good question because, they do remake a lot of sets. If I had to pick one for them to remake, I'd probably want them to remake. That's a good question, actually. Gotta look around my collection to see if anything sticks out to me as like what I want to remake. You know, if they were to remake Avengers Tower and do it like a big old set, that might be worthwhile. I think that'd be worthwhile. Can you do a knockoff Star Wars video? I have done a couple knockoff Star Wars figures. I could do more. I just gotta find more good figures. You know, they're not all great. So trying to find ones that are actually good enough for me to do a review of them can be tricky sometimes. But yeah, I'd be down. If LEGO made a series of X-Men mechs, would you buy it? No, I'd probably just buy the figures out of not spite, but out of principle of not supporting that many mech suits. I'd probably just buy the figures. Good question, though. I like that one. Do you have any Comic-Con figures? Yeah, I got a few. I have the Collector, I have Deadpool Duck, Symbiote Spider-Man, Sam Wilson Captain America. There's some good figures up there. Not a lot, though. I don't have any of... Also, I don't have any of them in the original packaging because I don't go to conventions that much, so I don't have the ability... I have to buy them on secondary market, and I don't really want to spend thousands of dollars on them. But good question, though. Have you done video game anime knockoffs? That's on my list to do, actually. I have a list of reviews that I want to do for knockoff figures, and anime figures slash video game ones are on my list. You know, Five Nights at Freddy figures, Sonic figures. There's a lot of knockoff Sonic figures. A lot of actually, I should say custom Sonic figures, because a lot of them are actually just brand new. You know, Knuckles, the Echidna, Tails. Yeah, is Tails already a figure? I forget. Amy's a figure. You know, there's a lot of good Sonic customs, and I would love to review those off-brand customs for sure. Good question. Do Call of Duty. Not a bad idea. I don't play Call of Duty, though. Do you think there should be the Amazing Spider-Man sets? Nah, not really. They made two, if we count two. You know, one Comic-Con figure, one Electro Poly bag. I don't think we need any more, to be honest. I don't think the series is popular enough to merit anymore. Thoughts on the Korea No Way Home Toby and Andrew figures? Didn't I review those already? I thought I already reviewed those guys in my knockoff video. If not, Korea is definitely making their name as solid knockoff figures, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're good. Although I'm pretty sure I already reviewed them. Best and worst minifigure this year. That might be a fun video for when we get a little bit closer to the end of the year. We still have a couple more sets to come out, but I do like that idea quite a bit, so hold on to that one. Do you know about a website called 01 Big Bricks? It's a knockoff site of all kind. I've heard of it before. I haven't shopped on it yet. I'm mostly a Panda Brick Toys guy and AliExpress, sometimes WM Blocks. But yeah, there's a bunch of different sites that do off-brand figures and customs and knockoffs. I'll have to look into that one, to be honest. Don't know much about it. What do you think of Wayne? Don't know what that is. Never heard of that one before. I'll look into it. Worst Phase 4 film / series. I really wasn't a big fan of Black Widow or the Eternals. I thought they were kind of just meandering films that didn't really do much for me. Series-wise, I couldn't get into Miss Marvel after the first couple episodes. I really liked episode 1 and the style of directing and the color and the animations. But when they changed the whole plot line of now she's back in time and we have to figure that out, or here's a bunch of weird extra-dimensional characters that have no motivation to exist, yeah, I couldn't get behind that. Really couldn't. Did you know 28 sets every second is bought on Christmas? That's crazy. I have no idea how to verify that, nor do I know how you got that information, but if that's true, that's crazy. And also, totally believable. Legos is one of those really, really good Christmas gifts that they're just very easy to get for someone because they're popular. You can get a character that a kid likes, and it's a set they can build. Slam dunk, if you ask me. What Marvel set would you recommend that is cheap? A couple that I really like. I am a big fan of the Gargantos Showdown from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I think the Goat Boat is an excellent value for its price. A couple of good recent Marvel sets that are rather expensive. I think the set with Namor and Talokan is an excellent value. Pretty solid build. Good minifigures. Yeah, there's a couple really good, just nice values. I'm hoping to get another decently priced Ant-Man set with Quantumania, but here's hoping. Could you review McFarlane playsets like FNAF? Maybe? I tend not to do a lot of knockoff set reviews because, I don't know, that's kind of just dipping too far into the market of, like, I don't want to pull away market value from LEGO by doing a lot of knockoff set reviews, but knockoff figure reviews, they're kind of like their own subcategory, to be honest, so I don't mind doing that. Would you like a minifigure scale remake of the UCS Helicarrier? That'd be huge, and we'd have no room for it. A minifigure scale version of that set would be darn near impossible to store or to play with, so probably not. Do you like the new LEGO Benatar? Yeah, darn good set. I reviewed it for the Infinity Saga wave. Ant-Man set's going to be 30, which means I doubt we get Kang, and we could have to wait for Kang Dynasty. You know what? I think we're going to get Kang, and here's why. The Ant-Man and the Wasp set was 20. We got Ant-Man, Wasp, and Ghost, and a small build. So I'm not going to discount that we still might get Kang for that set. In fact, I'm going to probably bank on it. Otherwise, we just get another new Ant-Man figure and another new Wasp figure. Not a lot of value there, so I'm going to probably, not bet, but I'm going to presume we're going to get Kang for that set, even though it's still $30. Because if history is precedent, the first Ant-Man set was 20, and we got Wasp. Sorry, we got Yellow Jacket and 2 Ant-Man. Second one was 20, and we got Ant-Man, Wasp, and Ghost. So there's kind of a pattern being developed here, and I think it's a good pattern too. So I wouldn't hold out. I wouldn't let go of hope that we're not going to get Kang, because I think we still might. Oh my god, chat is going nuts right now. You guys are awesome. What happened to the art kit? Excellent question. Just didn't get a lot of votes. You know, it did fairly well in my opinion for my first ever set that I ever submitted. I'm very proud of the set, and I actually still might remake it and resubmit it. But as of now, it is. I think it's expired. I haven't checked all my LEGO ideas in a very long time, but I think it's expired. And you know what? That's okay. I'm very proud of it. I'm glad I had the experience of building a custom set, and that's okay. They can't all be winners. But thank you for thinking about it. I appreciate it. What do you think about it being leaked that Bucky and Leto are going to have a romantic relationship in Thunderbolts? I've heard nothing of that, so I have no opinion, to be honest. I've heard nothing of that rumor. I don't know. Could be bad, could be great, could be bad. Depends on the writing, depends on the character, depends on the acting. Sorry, the character development depends on the acting. Who knows? Who knows? What's your biggest set? That's a good question. Probably the Assembly Square, if I were to guess, is my biggest set. No, I guess Daily Bugle. Size-wise or piece count-wise? There's a big difference there. If it's size-wise, it might be the Daily Bugle. If it's piece-wise, I think the Assembly Square has more pieces. Good question, though. I like that one. How would you recommend collecting LEGO on a budget? What are we collecting? Are we collecting sets or figures or pieces? Because there are ways to do LEGO on a budget. You know, looking at your local hobby shops, your Craigslist, your places where you can get LEGO for very cheap. I wouldn't recommend looking at sites like Bricklink or Brick Owl for on a budget, because a lot of people on those sites know what they have and know what they're worth. So you're not going to find good deals. You're not going to find budget sets there. You might find some pieces and figures, but sets not so much. Your best friend's probably eBay. Your best friend's probably yard sales for starting out on a budget. Absolutely. I like your videos. Thank you. Appreciate it. What happened to Mythbusters? Still building it, actually. I went to another round of design internally for myself because I want to make sure it was good. As of now, again, had a good spike. didn't get a lot of votes. I still want to build it for myself to see if it all worked out. I think it will work out in the end, in terms of being a good set. I'm not banking on it being chosen, and that's okay. Last time I tried to price out the parts for it, it came out to over $300. And there's not a lot of parts in that set, so I'm going to try again later on to see if I can get it for a little bit cheaper, maybe after the holiday season for the parts, but I still have a lot of the pieces for it here. It's not all of them to build the whole set. Should LEGO make a LEGO Mayflower like the ship? They haven't made a good, like, old-fashioned sailboat ship in a long time. I don't think they will, to be honest. I think that market's kind of sailed. Pardon the pun. It was an awesome pun and you know it. But I think they should. No. Do I think they will? Probably not. Do you think we should get base plates back for locations? I love a good base plate. I think they're moving away from it because base plates really only are for sets that have base plates. So I don't think it's that compatible with it. You know, the modular sets are only base plates. If they started the modulars again today, they probably wouldn't use base plates because there's not enough room for them. So I'm going to go with... no, I probably shouldn't bring them back because they are very lack compatibility, and it kind of makes the modular series that much more special that they're base plate base. Do you like the motorized lighthouse? It's a beautiful model. I'm not going to get it because I think it's just not... I don't have enough room, and I think it's a pretty expensive set for just a lighthouse. But it's a good lighthouse set. I'm not going to deny that. Alright, so I actually have now finally finished one series of desks, and I think it looks really nice. I'm very happy with that so far. Love your content. Keep it up, bro. Thanks for being amazing. Thank you for being amazing. You guys are awesome. You guys are what make these live streams fun to do. Just talking to you guys, answering questions while I'm slowly building sets. Oh, I didn't even mention it with the Office set. I'm totally sorry. I forgot this, actually. I actually added all the decals that were included in the Office official set to this one, and it looks really, really nice, especially in the conference room. Now you actually have a full conference room. You can fit all the characters, and that is exactly what I wanted to see in an official set. And now I have it. Hooray. Here's a good question. Could you review the Iron Man book? Yes, I would so want to review this. I've actually been meaning to review that for a while, trying to find a good time to buy it. But yeah, I've been eyeing those things for a very long time. Rest assured, I don't know when, but I will review one of those books of figures. They're so much fun. Here we have the next round of desks to... Oh, that was weird. Oh, my goodness. The next round of desks to fix up is this over here. I built these where they actually all kind of fit together. Like, they're all attached to each other, so I can't just pull out one desk. It makes it a little bit more difficult to piece out, but I'll make it work. I know I will. I saw a good question up here. I want to answer it. I make videos with my friend on this channel, but I want to make LEGO videos on my own. But best set is the Vader's Castle. But my best set is the Vader's Castle. Do you have any advice? What would be stopping you from making a video about that set, or finding ways to improve upon it or fix it? Just because you only have X number of sets, or only a handful of sets, or maybe you don't need to have huge sets, start making videos about them. Take a look at what you have. See if it's some fun ideas. Get creative. Necessity is the mother of invention. When I started, if you look back to my old videos, I had like only a portable closet worth of sets at my disposal, and I would just review smaller sets, or I'd find ways to do videos. Heck, nowadays, I don't have a lot of time to drop money on a $550 Hulkbuster set, so I started making these best and worst videos. I started doing shorts where I'm fixing Marvel figures. I'm finding ways to make content around what I have time to do. So I wouldn't let only having X number of sets, or only having this one set, stop you from making some really fun content. I'm sure if there are new sets that come out, compare it. Compare it to the Vader's Castle. Think about, is it worth it? There are plenty of ways to make good content on a limited resource. Good question, though. A lot of people have a similar question of just how do I start making videos about Lego, especially because there's a lot of Lego YouTubers, and it's kind of about finding what you know best and what you want to make. Do you think Lego DC is dead? Gosh, I hope not. I do like Lego DC sets, even the ones that aren't Batman. Dead? No, I think once we get more DC films, we didn't get a Black Adam set, which I'm kind of surprised about. I think we'll get a Flash set, whether it's a Flash movie set or just a set that includes the Flash character. I think we'll get one of those when that time comes for the film to come out. So I wouldn't call it dead, I would call it on hiatus. Lego still clearly cares about the brand, just they don't have enough ideas to make sets with them right now. How do you feel about Hugh Jackman being Wolverine again? Do you think we'll get sets for Deadpool 3? Yeah. I love the idea of Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, especially for one last romp, and as long as it makes sense for the story. If it's just, hey, he's back, look at him go, yeah, I'd be more hesitant, but I feel like that team has a good story and a reason for him being back, especially if it's supposed to be his last hurrah. Do I think we'll get sets based on the set? Sorry, do I think we'll get sets based on the movie? No, it's probably going to be a rated R movie, and I don't think Lego does rated R sets. So, no, don't expect a Hugh Jackman Wolverine figure probably anytime soon. But I think we're going to get more Marvel modular style sets. Yes, I think we will actually. I think there's a very strong chance we'll get more of those considering the success of the Sanctum and the Daily Bugle. What they'd make? Maybe a Baxter building would be kind of fun to get. Maybe, the X-Mansion was thrown around a couple of times. I think we will get more, yeah. Do you like the new Lego Iron Man Armory? No. In fact, that's a set that I want to fix, actually. And it's over on the other side of this table, so I really can't go grab it right now. But the main thing was, why not make it compatible with the previous armories? The only option you have is to stack them on top of each other when you should be able to connect them together. That was just a very lack of foresight move. If you want to fix the armory set, make it compatible with the other armories. Maybe don't remake the same set over and over again. Make a different kind of armory. Make a different layout of armory. Make it compatible with the Malibu Mansion set. That's how I'd fix that, by the way. If you want to make a good Marvel armory set, make it compatible with the rest of them. Imagine the modular building stopped being compatible with each other, and they just said, all right, here's a new modular with the new style base plate, with the not base plate style. There'd be a lot of people that would immediately take that off and put it on a base plate just to make it compatible with the rest of them. If you start a series that's compatible, the same with Harry Potter. If you start a series that has compatibility, it's in your best interest to keep it that way for as long as you possibly can. So, long story short, no, not a fan of the armory set, and I'd want to fix it. What's the most overrated set of the year? Ooh. That's a good one. Overrated? There's a couple letdowns in there. I don't know what overrated. I think, I'm going to lean towards, the Atari set is pretty overrated. I'm going to lean towards the Hulkbuster set being very overrated. Or maybe it's not, clearly rated enough that people don't like it, and that's fine. But I call it overrated, though? Is that overrated, or did you... I think the Black Panther bust is also pretty overrated. I didn't think it was requiring a full... I didn't think that was requiring that kind of price tag for a full-size Black Panther bust. Especially with no figure. Yeah, Black Panther, that was a pretty overrated set. I'll call that. Good question. Favorite Lego Marvel figure and why? Keep up the good work. It's probably the new guys I just got, the new Toy Fair figures, because they're rare. I'm glad I finally have them. I've been meaning to get them for a very long time. But that question changes almost every week. I have a new favorite Marvel figure almost every week at this point, because I love looking back, going through them, especially now that I make videos that are about looking back at old figures. I discovered new ones I love all over again, and it's just fun to experience that on a really consistent level. Got the Daily Bugle, and it's actually really good. My friend recommended it to me. The figures are so good. You're my favorite streamer. Oh, thank you. I wouldn't call myself a streamer. I call myself a YouTuber that streams every now and then, but thank you so much. I love the Daily Bugle set. I thought it was very well done. Even though it's a bit repetitive of a build, the final result is just beautiful in my opinion. Any idea where I can get a Superior Spider-Man figure? Which one's Superior Spider-Man? That's the, which one is that? Is that the red and gold one? That was in, I think that was in the Bridge Battle set, I thought. The, I think that's in the Bridge Battle set. Check Bricklink. Just Bricklink Superior Spider-Man. See what comes up. Do you think we could get any sets for Shrek 1, 2, 3, or 4? If they made a LEGO Ideas Shrek series, that'd be fascinating. I would actually... that's a good question. I think that there's been a couple of submissions for LEGO Ideas Shrek for the Swamp. I don't think we'll ever get it, but that's a really fun idea. I think it would look too much like Yoda's hut, and I think that's why LEGO would maybe try to avoid that comparison. But, that'd be fun. That's a fun idea. That's a really fun idea. Superior Spider-Man is the red and black one with the mechanical arms. The red and black one. There might not be a figure of that one actually then. I think I reviewed a knockoff of that one earlier, like a year and a half ago. I would check Etsy. There's a site called Hero Blocks or Down the Blocks you can look on for Superior Spider-Man figures and see which knockoff creators make them, and then find them on like Black Panther Toys or AliExpress. But yeah, Hero Blocks or Down the Blocks are very good sites for finding knockoff figures. Do you think we have any chance of getting the UCS Statue of Liberty set? If the Eiffel Tower sells well, yes, absolutely. If not, maybe not. What's my favorite DC set? There was a Justice League set years ago that I had. It was like the Justice League ship. It was the white ship. Came with Darkseid, Superman, I think Cyborg, Hawkman. Loved that set. Really fun ship build. My favorite LEGO figure, please, please say it, please, 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 please. Am I cheating if I say the version... Am I cheating if I say the figure version of myself is my favorite figure ever? If so, I'll concede. My favorite figure probably is the Steven Spielberg director figure. I love that one. If it's not cheating, me. I like the figure version of me a lot. Love your videos. Do you think we'll get new Indiana Jones sets? I sure hope so. I loved the Indiana Jones series. I do hope we get more Indiana Jones sets. That'd be awesome. I'd be so down for that. Do you think the mutant figures, like the Wolverine mech and Firestar, means more mutants in the future like Professor X or Colossus? Ooh. Comic figure? Yes. Movie figure? No. I think we've kind of passed the ability for LEGO to make Fox X-Men movie figures. Here's my back. Do I think they can make comic figures? Oh yeah. Especially with the Wolverine mech being probably a successful set because it's Wolverine. Yeah, I could see them making more Marvel comic X-Men figures for sure. Oh my god. I just spilled Kevin's chili. That's hilarious. I'll pick that up in a little bit. Good question. I think yes. Long story short, yes, but only comic figures. Have you seen the Tommy C. Bricks video, Statue of Liberty mock from At No Way Homes? If so, thoughts. Have not seen it. I'll add to my list of things to look at. Do you think LEGO will ever give Big Figs posable legs? Also, do you think we'll ever make 18 plus sets with horror characters like Michael Myers? I'm going to say no on both of those accounts. No to the horror figures because that's just not LEGO's MO to make sets that are based on movies that their core audience can't watch. You know, there hasn't been an Alien set. There hasn't been anything that's been grotesque or horrific. So no on that account. And posable legs, they have to remake the mold on that one. I think the furthest we got was the Thanos mech, so the Thanos Big Fig with the removable head. That might be as far as they go. I don't think Big Figs will ever have posable legs, at least not in the near future. Good question, though. Bro said Lego Fortnite. Did I say that? I mean, I think they might make. I would imagine one day they'll make a Lego Fortnite set, but I would have no interest in it because I don't really play Fortnite that much at all. If you eat a Lego, would you die? You could choke on a Lego for sure. I don't think consuming one would kill you, depending on the size. Could you make a new figure right now, please? Okay. Who should I make? Who should I make? Who should I make? Ah, you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea. Here we go. Duh, I have a close-up camera for this exact reason. Duh. Ta-da! I give you Jan Levinson. I was trying to find the right hair for her a while ago and I couldn't find it, but now I did. Hooray! New figure. Mission accomplished. What lighting do you use for your sets? Couple of different companies. I use Bling Bling Brick a lot of times. Lilite Go has some good kits as well. Those are the two I usually tend to lean towards because they have good prices and they have really nice, beautiful looking sets. I'm always on the lookout for very gorgeous looking light kits, but those are the two that I use company-wise the most for my sets. Good question. Do you think they'll ever make Lego figures of more adult cartoon characters like Rick and Morty or Family Guy? I was really shocked when they did The Simpsons, but The Simpsons are more family-leaning. I don't think The Office, as you say, is an adult show. It's not TV mature. It's not, I think it's like TV, what, 12 plus, I want to say. So I'm going to go with a no on that question. I think they're going to keep it kid-friendly. Yeah, probably keep it kid-friendly, to be honest. Do you have the OG Deadpool figure? Yep, I do. What are your opinion on Lego anime figures? Seems like a big debate around YouTube. I don't really have an opinion on Lego anime figures. So I have no horse in this race at all because I have no opinion on those kind of figures. What's the debate? I haven't heard anything about that, to be honest. Is it like they're good, they're bad, they're overdone, they're underdone? But yeah, I've heard nothing about that. Did you play Lego Dimensions? Nope. Never played it, just bought the figures. I'm one of those guys. Good question, though. Do you like Legoland? Never been to Legoland before. Like the theme park? Never been there. Hope to go one day, actually. But yeah, never been there. If so, you should vlog it. Finally, we'll make another life update video. Another life update video. I mean, life's going well. That's my update. I'm happy building Lego sets. I am enjoying life. Not much has changed really since last time. You know, my wife and I gave birth to a baby. She's happy and healthy. All I can ask for in life right now. So, life's going well. I think I have a good balance of being able to still find time to come down here and build, but also enjoy my child. So that's, yeah. There's your life update. Life's going well. Can't complain. Do you have Lego Stranger Things? Nope. I just have the knockoff figures. It's a good set though. I love the concept of it. I just never had time to build it and buy it. Great question. How'd you get into Lego? I got into Lego, it was a holiday present, 2001, the Hogwarts Castle, and I haven't stopped building since. I really enjoyed building that set. I really enjoyed putting it together. And yeah, it's just been a mainstay in my life ever since that point. I had like ebbs and flows of getting in and out of it, but for the most part, I've been in it. Any off-brand Lego figures? I do a lot of off-brand Lego figures. I review a lot of them because they're really fun to look at how custom creators make their own design, their own figures based on Lego's aesthetic. It's just beautiful to look at. Do you like LEGO Indiana Jones? Love that series. At least I love the original run of the series. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Crystal Skull sets, but I really like the original run of the Indiana Jones wave, especially the Boulder Dash set. Oh, that's such a good set. Not a classic, but like a good set in my opinion. Do I have any of the 2000 Spider-Man sets? I had them. I have the figures for them, and I had them too. I didn't keep any of them, unfortunately. They all are lost to the winds and sands of time. That is growing up and moving houses, and not being a diligent collector when you were under 10 years old. Have I considered stop motion? I think I answered this actually very early on in the live stream. I have. It's just very time consuming and takes a lot of effort to pull off. I just got Doc Ock figure from Bricklink because I'm making a No Way Home stop motion. Philly Beagle 1 won't work. Yeah, the original Doc Ock figure is such a really fun one. I enjoy that figure quite a bit. What is the weirdest LEGO figure you have? Just asking. The weirdest figure? Oh, that's a fun question. I mean, like, I think Jack Stone is super weird. Yeah, Jack Stone's a weird figure, but he kind of has a minifigure. Yeah. I actually have a figure that went to space. I have a figure that went into orbit and then came back down on one of those scientific research ships. So that's a weird figure, but only weird because of the story behind it. Yeah, I think Jack Stone might be my weirdest figure in terms of like, huh, they made that and it exists. I do want to get the Nesquik Bunny. That's a weird figure. If I don't have that yet. That's a weird one. Knockoffs or Lego? Lego. At the end of the day, I'll pick Lego every day of the week over knockoffs. Knockoffs are fun and they had their place, but at the end of the day, Lego all the way. That's fine by me. Will you buy the Lego foosball table? You know what? The foosball table is the most overrated set this year. That's the answer. A lot of good pieces for heads and bodies, but as a set for the price, overrated. That's the winner. There we go. You want to know what the most overrated set this year was? I think it's the foosball table. I think the foosball table is an overrated and overpriced set. There's your answer. There we go. All right, oh, wow, it's already 55. All right, about 5 more minutes of live stream. Oh, wow. Do you think we'll ever get sets based on LEGO Dimensions figures considering the Sonic set because I love Gremlins or Teen Titans? I would also love a Wizard of Oz set too. Do I think we'll get them? I would imagine they were one-off licenses, so they have to renegotiate for the contract of using that IP. And it'd probably be through LEGO Ideas only, like a LEGO Ideas Wizard of Oz set or a LEGO Ideas Teen Titans set. I'm going to go with maybe on that one. Probably not. But I'm not going to, outright say no. Maybe. I'd say maybe, if they can renegotiate the license for those sets. Also, nothing about it. Tied for overrated set, the Avatar Tree of Souls set. Also overrated. LEGO Lord of the Rings. Do I like it? I only have a couple figures of it for customs. But yeah, they're pretty cool figures. I'd say yeah, I like it. Why not? Sure. This is a bit random, but do you play any musical instruments or any sports? I used to run cross country. I also played ukulele and piano for a little bit. Not a lot, though. Not enough to be considered good. I sing mostly. Sing and compose music. Did a lot of that in college. Yeah, a couple videos on the channel about that, actually. Way back videos. Should I get the Benatar? If you can afford it and you want it, get it. It's a good set. Would recommend. Definitely would recommend that set. If you could make any minifigure, which would you make? Or who would you make, rather? Any figure. Look, I already made myself as a figure, so that's checking that one off my list. If I could make any singular figure, I would love if they made either, it could even be a Comic-Con figure, a Stan Lee official figure, or an official Kevin Feige minifigure would be really, really fun to see LEGO make. Those are my two. How long until LEGO makes a UCS Batcave? Hopefully not that long. I really think they should make one. That's a great question. Sorry I'm late. What have I missed? Quite a bit. We are currently working on the office set. I'm adding my own pieces and desks to the mock that I made. And just talking about figures of LEGO, as we always do in these live streams. They're always just fun to have. So you didn't miss that much, but I'm glad you're here now. Welcome. If you could make any LEGO set real, what would it be? Is it bad if I say my own sets? If I say the art kit or Mythbusters? Because if not, I'd say those two. I would love to make those two sets real. We'll see what happens. Do you think The Rock is overrated? As like an actor or as like a movie guy? No, I think people know what he is. I think people know exactly what you're going to get when you see a movie with The Rock. You're going to get The Rock being a lovable but sometimes roguish person that does crazy action and is kind of indestructible. I wouldn't say he's overrated. I think he's rated exactly where he needs to be. Or exactly where people think he is. I'm designing an add-on to the office and studio at the moment. Awesome! I mean, I built this entire thing in studio too, so that's great. Alright, I think I'm about to get ready to wrap it up, so let's do one last question. Let's do this one. That's a good question. Do you prefer LEGO licensed CMFs or original LEGO ones? Oh. I love that the licensed CMF series allow them to really go all out with design of figures, but I also quite like that they have their own original themes. They make these figures that are just weird and wacky. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go licensed, but LEGO should keep making the original themes as well. Okay. With that, it's been about an hour of live streaming. I still have a lot of desks to make. This took much longer than I thought it would. I'm going to have to keep doing this later on throughout the week. I'll probably do a vlog show, or at least a short showcasing the official finished office mock. Hope you all guys had a wonderful day on the stream. I always love talking to you guys, so thank you for showing up, saying hello, dropping some questions in. I'm really glad the live chat overlay actually worked. That was a really nice touch. Hope to see you guys all real soon. I have a couple videos coming up in the pipeline, some good shorts, fixing some more Moa figures. Again, I have that Comic-Con knockoff video in my back burner, as well as a collaboration video coming up. My first ever really big collaboration video that I'm very excited about. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. If you like Marvel or DC LEGO, I think you're going to like these videos. So keep an eye out on the channel for those. And as always, if you like this channel, and if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe. I think we just crossed 29,100 subscribers, so we're very close to 30,000 subs, which is crazy. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys real soon. See ya!